Hey YouTube, it's your girl Razia J, and I'm back with another video. If this is your first time landing on my channel, seeing my face, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad that you are here. And if you have been rocking with Ray, thank you so much for your continual support. I say this every time I upload a video. You make this all possible, and it wouldn't be a channel without you guys. So thank you for supporting me. Thank you for chiming down below and communicating with me, conversating with me, having healthy discussions around the profession of social work with me. And I just want to let you guys know before I even jump into today's video, it means the world to me that so many of you guys reached out after I uploaded my last video about just the faith and my faith journey as it pertained to me going to school and having so much on my plate as a mom and a wife. You guys literally reached out and confirmed that I needed to upload that video. So thank you so much for your continual support. There's so much movement going on in my house right now, so if you hear any sounds, it is my children. It's spring break, but I wanted to make sure that I got a video up this week, so here we are. Today we are going to be discussing how to prepare yourself for an internship interview in the fall. For many of you guys, you are starting your internship process this summer leading into your fall. So I wanted to be ahead of the game and share with you guys tips that I have used in my own personal journey as an intern, and even as I applied for jobs post-graduation, to really secure my position and to allow whoever was interviewing me to see that I was, one, incorporating social work skills in the interview, and also allowing them an opportunity to be wowed by me. My job is hosting a student summit at our conference, and I started to work with our career development plan, and I was just thinking about what it is to pitch yourself and how you can become who you need to be in the profession by aligning your why with the opportunities that you secure. If you want to know how to secure your next internship interview, stay tuned. So guys, the first thing I want to share is know your why. Before we start looking for jobs or looking for social work programs or looking for internships, it is important to know your why. I say this because I am a firm believer that your why positions you to enter into the opportunities that are created for you. The reason why I say identify and know your why is because you want to make sure that the job opportunities, the internship opportunities that you are looking for aligns with your why. So if you are starting the journey to your internship this summer, or if you are trying to secure a job this summer after graduation, know your why. Make sure you have this why written down in multiple places, so when you go on places like Indeed and LinkedIn, or you go to your field office, or you go to a job or career fair, you know what jobs align with that why. So for Razia, the why that I came into the social work profession was because I wanted to enter into a space where I can implement, impart, and change the narrative of the social work profession. So I was not going to go look for an internship that was micro focused. Even when it came to the job opportunities, I was not applying for jobs that was therapeutic in their day-to-day job description. So not case management, not casework, not therapist, not clinician. Those jobs, I was not going to apply for them because I knew that they did not align with my why. This is why I say it's so important, even if you don't have a niche, if you don't know where you want to end up in this field, to have a why. Ask yourself, why do I want to be a social worker? And then after you ask yourself why, ask yourself, what is it that I hope to do as a social worker? And then you take those two sentences, paragraphs, and you marry them together to create your why. So first things first, know your why. The second thing I want to say is when you are researching jobs, or you're researching an internship in particular, make sure that they have the connection points that you need. As an intern, you need to make sure that you have supervision at your internship. The reason why I am stressing this is because many programs will overlook an internship if there is not a certified social worker, licensed social worker, 2-year postgraduate social worker on staff that can provide that supervision for you. As a student, you are going to have your field placement class, and you're going to have some form of collective supervision that happens when you go to placement, right? When you go to your field placement class. But that is not the end all be all. You need to have someone in your field placement on a day-to-day to oversee what you are doing and to criticize you if need be, so that you can leave your internship well versed in what you have to do when you are on your own. So making sure that the place that you want to intern has the social workers on staff, and if they don't, they have a plan in place to support you while you are there. Another thing is to research, does your school need you to do the legwork, or are they going to look for your internship for you? I went to 2 programs, and both programs sought out my internships. I did nothing. When it did come to Fordham, the first internship that they provided for me fell through 2 weeks into the school year or something like that, or leading up to the school year. So I took matters into my own hand and found a suitable internship. I say this all the time. A lot of people are finding themselves in internships that do not meet their school's criteria. So if you're in a social work program, make sure that you're asking yourself, what does my school want my internship to do? And what do they need from my internship? And making sure that you're checking that and not leaving the responsibility and the onus on your school or that internship. The third thing that I would say for students that are preparing for internships in the fall is to ask yourself 2 questions. If this is your generalist year, what am I not comfortable with in the social work profession that I want to explore? And then the second question that you're going to ask if you're in your generalist year, do you have an idea or a gauge of what you want to do as a social worker? In your generalist year, which is your first year internship as a master's student or your senior year internship as a BSW student, that year is critical in you exploring. This is where you pick an internship. It may not align with your why. It may align with your why, but you are exploring your options. So let's say for me, I knew wholeheartedly I did not want to do anything micro. But for my first internship, I did a meso placement. So I had a lot of macro responsibilities as well as micro responsibilities. And that gave me a better sense of what I really wanted and I did not want. I urge you, if you don't take anything from this video, I want you to go into your generalist year internship, exploring the profession and making sure wherever you end up in the next internship or in your first 5 years in the profession aligns with your why. If you are a specialist year student, that means advanced standing, second year MSW student, this internship is very critical to your next step. Make sure you find an internship that aligns 98 to 100% with your why. The reason why I say this is because this internship can open doors for you when it comes to job placement after graduation. So the last thing you want to do is waste an entire school year, academic year, at an internship and then get offered a job and then you deny the job because it doesn't align with your why. So if it's your specialist year, this is when you want to be a little bit picky. You want to be like nitpicky. You want to say when your internship packet is due to the field office, you want to make sure that you're putting all of your non-negotiables down and you're letting them know that this is my desire and you're making it clear and concise so that they don't have to figure it out or filter through, oh, she wants to do clinical stuff, but does she want to be in a hospital setting? Does he want to be in a prison setting? Does he want to be in a private practice setting? Does he want to be with the VA? This is where you have to make it very clear about where you see yourself and how it aligns with you being a student. Fourth thing I want to share, and I think that this is important, but I would say don't harp on it. If you can find an internship, and I know these are very foreign for you, that compensates you, I would say make sure your resume is top tier and that you're applying to these type of internships. I know right now in the social work profession, there are not many internships that are compensating, whether that is with funds, whether that's with a check, whether that's with a stipend, whether that is with paying a portion of your program for you or providing you with resources and aid to get books, food, yada, yada, yada. These internships are out there, but you have to be one of the first few to interview. And the reason why I say that is because the first shooting star they see, they're going to give them that opportunity. And I want that shooting star to be you. When I was in my BSW program, I was offered a stipend-based internship. When I went to Fordham for my MSW, I was offered a stipend-based internship originally, right? And that was because I did not wait until the summer to start figuring out where I wanted to intern. So if you know that you have to intern next academic year, which starts in August, you need to start in May. You need to start interviewing. You need to start sending out your resume. You need to start meeting with the field liaison that you have on your plan and getting those balls rolling. When I started Fordham, I literally interviewed for my original internship before I even graduated from Salisbury. So that shows you how early in the game I was. The next step that I want to, or I should say the next tip I would say is please, if you don't do anything else, I keep saying that, but I feel like all these tips are important. But if you don't do anything else, like seriously, if you don't do anything else, research where you are going to interview with. Do not show up to the interview underprepared. When I say research, what is the mission? What do they do? Who do they serve? How do they serve these people? And why are they in the business of taking social work interns? These are the questions you need to ask yourself as you prepare for that interview. And you need to know this stuff, right? So when the interviewer comes and asks you certain questions like, tell me something about yourself, right? You want to make sure whatever you're telling them about yourself aligns with the mission and the how. You want to make sure that you are drawing them into a story or a narrative that paints a picture as to why you are the best candidate. And you can only do that if you are prepared. I cannot stress this enough. I have seen students go to interviews for internships and not know nothing about where they're interning or they want to intern. And then they come out of the interview and they say things like, oh man, I bummed it. Just because it's an internship does not mean that you do not want to show up prepared. You need to have answers in your back pocket. You're not practicing or scripting, but you want to have a sense of what is it that they're going to ask me and how can I tie this in with my day-to-day life. Those are the 5 things that I think all social work students need to focus on as they prepare themselves for internship. Your internship is a critical part of your social work journey. And if you do not prepare yourself, you're going to feel like you missed an entire chapter of your journey. So until next time, I hope that this was helpful. And if you guys are preparing for your internships right now, drop it down in the comment and let me know what your hopes are for your internship next year. What are your aspirations and what do you hope to gain from your internship? So until next time.